Good morning, everyone. This weekend is all about getting back into my language learning routine. I've been working non-stop for the past 2 weeks and I didn't get a chance to practice any of my languages. So this morning I woke up early and decided to read something in Russian. Since I hardly get any errands done during the week, Saturday also turned into my grocery shopping day. And here we have it. Some bayerische Karotten, Hafermilch, Sonnenblumenöl, Kartoffelauflauf Brokkoli, Zartbitterschokolade, Datteln, Sprühsahne, Eier, Schokostückchen, Agavensirup und Himbeeren. On weekends, I always bake something I can bring into the office with me because I'm definitely someone who needs a little sweet treat in the afternoon. Today, once again, I made blueberry muffins. I do have a hair appointment on Tuesday, but until then I still need to style my hair in some way, and the Dyson Airwrap just can transform it so beautiful. Good day, everyone. It is this Saturday and it's Black Week. It is a little bit overwhelming and I don't want to go too crazy, but I just bought this new winter coat. I have to speak into my mini mic because this coat is so thick I can't really clip it anywhere, so I don't really like holding it like this. Yeah, I just bought this and I love it so much that I also now I'm wearing this all day at home. It is a nice sunny day. It's freezing cold, it's below 0. But yeah, I think it's just the right weather to wear a very lovely coat and go outside. This weekend, it is all about getting back into a routine. I haven't been learning languages for 2 weeks, and I think the longer I wait, the more difficult it is going to become to get back into the routine. So this morning, I told myself to just do something. I think often the problem is if we stop doing something, we don't really know where to start if we want to pick something up again. So I just read read a little bit in this book of short stories by famous Ollie Richards. I think from a dramaturgical standpoint, I don't think they're working out really well, but I still enjoy reading them. I'm still learning a lot of vocabulary. I do have a lot of his books in a lot of different languages, and I also really like the cover. And I think, yeah, you choose a book by its cover. So I read this morning, and then in the afternoon I want to do some Italian. It doesn't really matter what I do, I just want to do some Italian. I don't want to wait any longer. I also want to clean my flat today. I want to give it a good hoover, a good mop. I want to clean my sink, and then I want to decorate for Christmas. But originally, I wanted to wait until next week because it is still November, and you know how much I love autumn. But I have to say I'm grown a bit tired of my autumnal decoration. I think it's just time. It needs to go, and the festive decoration has to come out. Also, in my town, everything is already so Christmassy. It will only be out for 6 weeks or so. It's not really long. It's always over so fast. So I don't think there's much harm in putting it out a little bit earlier this year. Okay, let's set out on a nice walk. The walk has been incredibly nice. I always have to make sure during the winter month that I'm getting enough sun exposure because I tend to get not really depressed, but I can be in a very low mood. And so as soon as the sun is shining, I just go outside. So I've done that. And now I can't wait any longer. I want to start decorating for Christmas. I wanted to start by cleaning, but my dishwasher is still working. It will take some time until it's finished and until I can load all the dirty dishes into it. So I will start by decorating, which will take me a good amount of time. I also poured myself a glass of non-alcoholic champagne to celebrate the beginning of the festive season. This is really my philosophy. I think you should just make every day special, even just very ordinary days. You never know if it will be your last day. I mean, that sounds very dark and probably not, but I think we sometimes forget how fast time can fly by and we really don't know what will happen tomorrow. Sometimes I think we tend to forget how precious life is and how wonderful life can be if you don't have something really serious going on, like health issues or family issues or financial issues or whatever. So if you are in a good place in your life, I think it is a reason to celebrate even the very ordinary days. So I think my curls with my Dyson have already died a little bit. I'm going to a Christmas party tonight, and yeah, but I think it's what always happens with the Dyson. They just die very fast. I hope tonight there will be a little bit of curls left. I'm decorating. I'm going to listen to an Italian podcast, quite a new Italian podcast, which I very much like, I think. It is called Improve Your Italian. Yeah, the first episode is from August. Ti consiglio un libro, Novecento di Alessandro Barrico. And she has the different categories. So sometimes it's an intervista, it's an interview with friends, or one category is società, so society, a lot about books, libro, intervista, grammatica italiana, I periodi ipotetici, società, come funziona la scuola in Italia. And yeah, I think I can really recommend that. I will listen to it, and hopefully this afternoon I'm even going to do some more Italian studying. But for now, let's decorate for Christmas and cheers! It took me ages to decorate, but I'm very pleased with the result. Have I learned any Italian today apart from listening to the podcast? No, I haven't. Before I go out tonight, I want to continue reading my book. This week I started Circe by Madeline Miller. I wanted to read this for ages because I'm working in opera. And last year we played Ariadne auf Naxos by Richard Strauss. And you know, in the end, there's this like wild duet between tenor and soprano. It's beautiful, beautiful music. But it's really weird because like Ariadne is meeting Bacchus. And Ariadne, the whole time, she thinks that this is Theseus who left her on the island, her lover. And Bacchus thinks he's talking to Circe, to her, to the witch, and they have this beautiful duet, but no one really knows who the other person is. It's really wild, so I wanted to read this for a while. It is quite sad, I do feel, with Circe, who doesn't have an easy life. I'm only a quarter in. She just arrived at her island, Ayaya, and she met Hermes, and they apparently started an affair, so it is getting hot now. At the moment, I prefer reading English books because I read them faster than I read Italian or French books, and I also always try to improve my English because, of course, I can communicate in English quite okay, but English is such a rich language that I think you're never finished learning it. And there's so much vocabulary I still don't know. I also feel if I talk to you that I am using the same vocabulary and expressions, and I really don't want to limit my vocabulary to such like a very small amount of words and expressions. And yeah, so always try to improve your English because English, it is still the most important language in the world. I think I need it in everyday life. I need it for work. And yeah, I think it's beautiful that you never finish learning a language, no language, and of course also not English. So yeah, let's read a little bit.